They will give you always the best rate.
They connect to Binance, HitBTC, LMAX, and Kraken.
What I like about SwissBorg is that they have an amazing app.
Pow wow, yo yippee yay guys. Pile number 1, first of 2022. Super excited to be with you guys today. As always, we're going to talk about our lovely community, then talk about what's happening on the markets, and talk about some updates about SwissBorg Network, how it is booming on a daily basis. As you guys know, my name is Cyrus Fazil. I'm the proud founder and CEO of SwissBorg, always here to serve you. And talking about serving you, I hope that you were able to serve yourself by making a nice holiday breaks. For my part, I really did enjoy it. I took some time to think, some time to meditate, some time to do some sports, and more importantly, some time to spend with the lovely family, which I think so this is always a great moment. I did get some cool Christmas presents. I didn't get the SwissBorg CHSB up to $2, but that's okay. We're going to get there, and we're going to be talking how to get to there. But yeah, I've been working a little bit as well, enjoying a little bit the days off, and now I'm back and super pumped like always. I hope you guys are safe, by the way. I know there's a lot of outbreak right now about the virus. Omicron is booming in a lot of different places around the world. However, it looks like the symptoms are not as bad as the original one that happened. When I remember I got it, it was just during the launch of the Wealth app. And some of you guys were writing, Cyrus, you need to really rest when I was doing the powwows. I think so 2 years back. Yeah, I was not, I think so I didn't need to rest, but I didn't realize back then I did have I was contracting Corona, but I was still safe and staying at home. That was early March of 2 years ago. And now, my God, probably actually we're going to be celebrating the 2-year anniversary of the Wealth app in the next 2 months. That's going to be exciting. Talking about lovely community, big shout out to our lovely Amazoras here. I love, by the way, your profile on is probably one of the coolest one on Twitter. And I want to as well really thank the Genesis block 13th birthday. That means that Bitcoin is now a legal teenager. That does mean something. Happy birthday to Bitcoin. Happy birthday for getting into the teens. I'm quite excited about this because, you know, without Bitcoin, the world wouldn't be as cool and we would probably be doing different things right now. So big shout out to that. I think so. This has been definitely a huge, massive change for all of us at SwissBorg, but especially in the world. Talking about community, I'm not going to go through all the questions because I know that very soon we're going to have the AMA this Friday. But the question is that give me a few examples of times when your employees exceeded your expectations. So when employees, such as myself, I think so it was last year when everyone was doing support. I mean, I was working like endless hours just to do support and, you know, find transactions and onboard people. And it was really cool because we saw the whole team just going like crazy on this. Like, okay, we don't have the team, so let's just all pull up our sleeves and do like the 24-hour, 7-day, 7 shifts where people from marketing, from tech, from every department was just there to onboard and make sure that you're getting a great experience. I think that was really good. I think so as well, the migration recently of Curve to Fireblocks. And by the way, apologies for those who had some issues with BNB, but it seems like the infrastructure of BNB was not well supported on an update of Fireblocks. And I think so that was another legendary moment where all the tech team was like, okay, we only have this amount of weeks. We have to make sure that we change the system. And it happened. And now we're all superly proud of using the infrastructure Fireblocks. So that's something that I really think is great. If you have any examples here, just comment, post them there. I'll be very interested to see what they are. So as the family is just growing on a daily basis, just crazy. I'm just going to go girly shout out to you. Awesome to have you in Estonia, about the treasury team. Audrey Andrea, super excited to have you as well. And with the French relationship management team, so she's been helping people to really advise them to get into crypto. Payment officer, Firdaus, very excited to have you. Anwar for the French community success agent, super excited. Modupe, Cool, Say4, really excited. Jose about DeFi, Anna about KYC, Richard about the DEO, product manager. As you guys know, Stan left for do other things that are, and obviously we are very, very, very close to Stan. And by the way, if you're listening, Stan, super excited. I hope you had enjoyed your Christmas break. Richard is super excited to have him. He's going to be implementing the new versions of the DEO product. So yeah, comment and say what will be the vision for that. Jakob, senior KYC analyst, excited to have you. Daniela about people organization. So Etiana, very excited to have you as well, the people operations too. And that is it for the week. But I know that we're going to have more and more people joining. So we'll just do this rapid, and warm welcome to all of you. If you want to be part of our lovely team, there are so many new opening jobs on a daily basis. So please apply or refer any of your friends here. Just share it on Twitter or share on LinkedIn, and you'll earn up to $3,000 worth of SwissBorg tokens. And if it's a woman, I will add 1,000 to you. So that is if the person obviously is accepted. What is happening? News of the week. Okay, there's a lot of things happening. Which the craziest one is that there was over 7 billion that was stolen in crypto scams in 2021, report says. So that is quite crazy when you think about it. And this is coming from Chain Analysis, which is a great firm. Canadian regulator insists on Binance is unauthorized, calls crypto exchange letter to use are unacceptable. So this is something that a lot of exchanges have to be regulated. Talking about regulation, and I think so this is a good case as well for us. Estonia's new email laws is set to clamp down crypto industry. So ICOs, DApp, DeFi, a lot of different things. There's new guidelines, and they're putting more and more pressure in order to make things better, have a risk framework that is tighter, and enable only few players actually to get into this game. What does that mean for SwissBorg? I think so this is good. It just makes that we are probably always ahead of that curve in terms of AML, in terms of KYC, in terms of risk. And I think so, therefore, it's just makes us better. And I think so what's going to happen in the next months to the next years is that we're going to have a framework, European framework that's going to be homogenized. And like that, you'll be able to passport their different licenses. If you're in Estonia to France, if you're in France to Germany, if you're in Germany to the Netherlands. So I think so this is something that it is very good for the outcome. Last but not least, Iran right now, that sucks. They're banning crypto mining to prevent winter blackouts. We know that this already happened, that essentially there is not enough electricity, which is crazy enough when you think about it, because they're one of the richest country in terms of mainly energy. But I think so this makes sense to make sure that people are able to heat themselves and not just only mine. Talking about news and regulation, I think so it's quite interesting to see what's happening with the SEC. As you guys know, the SEC is the main regulator in the US, and there's an interview between the commissioner and the SEC itself, and they're pretty favorable in total. I think so. The thing is that the new SEC chair wants to build a regulatory framework around crypto, where that obviously is good. And what they're trying to play is to see if NFTs are securities or not. And in some cases, they're trying to say that, well, if it's a fund of NFTs, well, that definitely is a security. If it has governance rights, well, then it could have as well potentially be a security as well. So they're trying to play around with NFTs. It's going to take some time. But overall, obviously, this, again, is something positive. On a much more brighter positive side is that that same person, the new SEC chair, is like, well, I realize that there's an ETF of futures, but why there's no spot one? And that was very controversial. We know that former chairmen, they never want to approve any ETFs. It's been, 6 years that every firm, the regulator, asset manager, is trying to get this done. And many other, in Sweden it already happened, 5 years ago. In Canada it happened. A lot of different other markets around the world already happened to have the launch of ETFs or ETNs or related products. And we see that it looks like this is very positive, and we might see an ETF happening in the US hopefully this year. Last but not least, stablecoins. SEC is willing to appreciate the value of the stablecoins. and to serve in the crypto world as a broader economy. So it really realized that this is something that has a massive play. And as we see some countries getting into the central bank digital currency space, if the US gets into this, this will be a massive, great curve for mass adoption of crypto. So looking forward to see what's next. So market update. Well, we've seen obviously the bear. Are we heading into really bearish momentum or not? Well, we're playing the sideways, right? We saw that, are we going to stay at 46, 47,000? It looks like, the major right now resistance is around 42,000 and the main support is around 52,000. And we are ranging within that. If it happens that we do break that 52,000, that will probably on the short term that we will go for a next beautiful rally. But it doesn't look like this is the case yet. It looks like we're trying to position Bitcoin as the markets as well as the US inflation chart is very high, but nevertheless, the dollar itself, we see the index here, has gained a lot of momentum. So that usually has a very wrong replication on BTC, because the US dollar index is a way to say like, well, we don't need Bitcoin anymore because the dollar is appreciating. Why is the dollar appreciating? Because most probably what has been said in the past by the Fed that we'll be hiking rates, and therefore the dollar will naturally start to have a better appetite, and people will be essentially staking those USDs and treasury bills, right? However, we know in the long run, the dollar is inflationary, and the rates are crazy high, 6%. They're one of the highest since, I don't know, probably 20, 30 years. So what we do know on the long run, this doesn't really matter. However, in the short run, this doesn't help Bitcoin itself. On the other hand, ETH is really looking for confirmation. We saw that to all-time high, there's at least a 30 to 40% correction of Bitcoin, where there's only the half of that, 20% on Ethereum. So Ethereum has been really outperforming Bitcoin. And the main reason is that, well, Ethereum is a play which enables to develop the ecosystem, right? Where the Bitcoin could be seen as an inflationary hedge to the dollar, right? Because there's a lot of hedge fund guys, a lot of institutional players that are playing Bitcoin as a hedge, right? Where Ethereum it could be played by an investment, seeing how DeFi is taking off, how NFTs are taking off, how Metaverse is taking off. So this has now been seen like really little bit different. We haven't seen in the past where Bitcoin that Ethereum is really massively outperforming Bitcoin when it's going down. Usually if Bitcoin goes down, we all go down. In this case, it is true, but the pain is not as big. So we're definitely looking into a nice confirmation that if we go, past the 4,500 yet, the support will probably go to a crazy ride. And this might bring as well, let's say, more and more appetites into DeFi. As you could see that the value less of DEX now, it's just growing as we talking, and just the on-chain data is showing that DeFi, the accumulation between cross-platforms is, over 100 billion now of dollars locked into it. So again, it shows a lot of appetite, and it might probably help us to get into altcoin season. Talking about that, CHSB has been outperforming quite well, I would say Bitcoin as well. So that's something that is great to see. We're seeing more accumulation of new players getting to the smart yield. I think so. This is something that we've been anticipating with the yield 2.0. And all in all, SwissBorg token is looking very healthy. And last but not least, we have as well put some in-chain data. And I think so. This is something very interesting. We see that 77% of holders right now are making money out of that. So they're been really performing well with the SwissBorg token. 21% still aren't, unfortunately. Maybe those who got into the higher times in February or March. We see as well that the composition right now is that only 72% of holders have it over 70 72% of people have been holding for over 1 year. I think so, which means really again that you guys essentially you're amazing. You're great hodlers and yodlers, sorry, and that the accumulation of the 1 to 12 months, only 1/4 of that has been going for the past year or so, less than a year or so. And the newcomers is only 2% came last month, but that's still actually really good when you think about it. The last 30 days hasn't been very active. However, 2% have came in, and those are probably coming thanks to YouTube 2.0. Announcement of the week. Obviously, I mean, there has been tokens that have been listed. There has been many things that has been done in the last 2 weeks, but I want to talk about the All-Star AMA. This Friday is going to be on our favorite YouTube channel, SwissBorg. Please be here. You're going to be probably, I heard about maybe NFTs going to happen. We're going to be answering a lot of different questions. Some questions that are already being submitted. There's still Twitter for that, and obviously Lyle will be answering a lot of your questions. This will be a good way, again, to communicate, to make sure that things are going well. Just make sure that these are only questions this time, so it's not like a presentation or so. It's really about having that ping pong exchange with you guys and making sure that we are as community-centric as possible, as transparent as possible, and have this edutainment approach with you. So looking forward to this. It's going to be very exciting. SwissBorg app chart of the week. Last week we had buying pretty much 25 million of CHSB, 26 million being sold. The fees average in 2021 was 4.3 million. December 3.8 million. Global trend a little bit less than 18%. So long, we haven't had a great month of December, but it still has been probably much better than actually are the average competitors that we have. The protect and burn in 2021, we did have a total of 9.9 million that has successfully been done, which is, I think, so really, really high. And it shows again how much love we put into the SwissBorg. So all in all, as you could see, a lot of the volume and fees generated happened in the month of in the first Q1. A little bit, and then it became quite normalized, which I think so it's very healthy to show that SwissBorg as a company is growing and is building a lot of momentum, but having a great retention of our wonderful users such as you guys. So thank you for this. CHSB weekly data, 363, a little bit shyer than usual. Should get back to the 500, please. CHSB yields and stake pretty much similar. Protect and burn growing over $2.1 million was great. 123,000 token holders that have CHSB within the app, which is great numbers. Which brings us to the community index. Not great, but not too bad. But that's what happens when, people are chilling and that Bitcoin is chilling, is going sideways, and crypto is going sideways. So overall, CHSB had some more momentum. Volume's pretty flattish. App activity, okay, not great. Social media a little bit lower, but some of us are on vacation, so it makes sense. DAO activity actually always picking up. And crypto challenge not as fancy as sexy as usual. First POW of the year, but more importantly, the AMA is happening this Friday. I really want to build a lot of great momentum here and make sure that you have all the questions answered and have fun as well. I heard we might have some NFTs. They might have other special things around it as well. So please be there. Please open your mind and share your questions or just your thoughts. Just that, share with us here in your comments section. What would be the outcome of 2022? What's going to be the biggest thing of SwissBorg? How we're going to create, a magnificent ecosystem that's flourishing. As always, this is a great honor to be here. I'm very excited about 2022. I know that a lot of great things are going to happen, and the chapters are just going to be written day by day. So looking forward to it. Like always, guys, please, please, please be healthy, be wealthy, and love our CHSB. Take care, guys. Bye.
Through SwissBorg, all assets will have a fiat gateway. And here is the thing.
Premium features gives you zero fee trading.
It's an amazing fiat gateway.